If you're new here, I'm thrilled to have you join us today. Now, I know many of you are always on the lookout for those rare and valuable coins, and today, we have a true gem to talk about. I'm talking about the 2015 D-Mint Mark Blue Ridge Parkway $quarter coin. It's not just any coin. This one has a story to tell and a value that might just surprise you. Stick around, because this quarter could be worth up to $2.2 million. Now, let's start with the basics. The 2015 D-Mint Mark Blue Ridge Parkway quarter is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which was launched back in 2010. Each quarter in this series celebrates a national park or historic site, and the Blue Ridge Parkway, which stretches through Virginia and North Carolina, was honored in 2015. This quarter features a beautiful design on the reverse side, showcasing the Blue Ridge Parkway's scenic landscape with a beautiful view of a road winding through the mountains. It's a design that captures the beauty and essence of the area, and it's a coin that collectors absolutely love. Now, before we dive into the value and why this coin could be worth a small fortune, let's take a closer look at the specifics of this coin. If you're familiar with coins, you know that mint marks play a crucial role in determining rarity and value. The 2015 Blue Ridge Parkway quarter comes in two versions, one with a D mint mark from the Denver Mint and one with a P mint mark from the Philadelphia Mint. But the one we're focusing on today, the one that could potentially net you millions, is the 2015 D mint mark. Now, not all coins from the Denver Mint are necessarily valuable. In fact, most of the coins produced there are pretty common. However, certain coins, especially those from special programs or with unique errors, can be worth far more than their face value. The 2015 D-Mint Mark Blue Ridge Parkway quarter is one of those coins. So, what makes this coin so valuable? The 2015 D Blue Ridge Parkway quarter is a rare find, especially in excellent condition. It's important to note that not every 2015 D quarter is worth a fortune, but certain factors can elevate the price significantly. One of the key factors that can increase the value is the coin's condition. Coins are graded based on their wear and tear, with higher grades being more valuable. A coin that is in near perfect condition, with sharp details and minimal wear, is going to be worth far more than one that's been circulated heavily. Another crucial element in determining the value of this coin is its rarity. While most of these quarters were produced in large quantities, there are some that were minted with mistakes or flaws, making them extremely rare. For example, if a coin was struck with an error, like a double die or a misaligned die, it can be worth significantly more to collectors. This is where things get exciting. Now, let's talk about the big number, the $2.2 million. Yes, you heard that right. The current market value for one specific 2015 D Blue Ridge Parkway quarter is $2.2 million. Well, this quarter was one of those rare cases where a small error or misprint was present on the coin. This error, combined with the coin's pristine condition, set it apart from the rest. It was sold at a major auction to a high-end collector who was willing to pay a premium for such a rare piece of U.S. mint history. While not every 2015 D Blue Ridge Parkway quarter will sell for such an astronomical price, this particular coin serves as a reminder of just how valuable some rare coins can be. It also shows that there are collectors out there who are willing to pay top dollar for those unique pieces. Now, you might be wondering how to identify if you have a valuable 2015 D Blue Ridge Parkway quarter in your collection. Here are a few things to look for. Look for coins that are in excellent condition with minimal wear. If the coin looks like it was hardly touched, it could be worth more. Keep an eye out for any unusual characteristics. Coins with double dies, misaligned dies, or other printing errors tend to attract more attention from collectors. If you think you've found something special, it's always worth having the coin professionally graded. This can help establish its value and provide proof of its rarity. If you've got your hands on one of these rare coins and you're wondering how to sell it, there are a few routes you can take. You can reach out to well-known auction houses that specialize in rare coins, like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers Galleries. These auction houses have a network of collectors who are specifically looking for high-value coins. You can also sell through online marketplaces like eBay, but be sure to take professional photos and accurately describe the condition of the coin. To wrap things up, the 2015 D Mint Mark Blue Ridge Parkway $quarter coin is a beautiful and rare coin that has the potential to be worth a lot of money, especially if you happen to have one with unique features or errors. While not every coin from this series is going to make you a millionaire, if you find the right one in excellent condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. So keep your eyes peeled and always check your pocket change, because you never know when you might find a coin worth millions. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more valuable coin tips. I'll see you in the next video. We're diving into one of the most fascinating coins that every coin collector should know about, the 1972 No Mint Mark Washington $quarter. If you're new here, I talk about coins worth money, coin collecting strategies, and everything in between. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you never miss a video. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, a 1972 Washington quarter? What's so special about that? Well, trust me when I say this coin has been the talk of the coin collecting world, and it might be worth a lot more than you think, up to $2.3 million. So grab a seat, because we're about to break it all down for you. Before we get into the specifics of the 1972 No Mint Mark Washington quarter, let's first take a step back and talk about the Washington quarter series in general. The Washington quarter was first issued in 1932, and since then, it's become one of the most beloved and iconic coins in American history. The coin features the profile of the first U.S. President, George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, and it has been minted in various forms over the years. In 1972, the U.S. Mint was producing quarters just like it had for decades. But something unusual happened with the 1972 coins that you need to know about. In 1972, the U.S. Mint had a particular system for marking coins. Normally, each coin minted in the United States will have a mint mark, which indicates where it was produced. For example, a D mint mark means it was made in Denver, and a S mint mark means it was produced in San Francisco. But in 1972, some Washington quarters came out with no mint mark at all. At first, no one paid too much attention to this issue. It seemed like just another coin. But over time, coin collectors began to notice that the 1972 No Mint Mark Washington quarters weren't just any regular coin, they were incredibly rare. And that rarity, as you'll see in just a minute, is exactly what makes them so valuable. So, how much is a 1972 No Mint Mark Washington quarter actually worth? Well, here's where things get interesting. Most 1972 quarters, which are found in circulation, are worth face value, just 25 cents. But the ones with the missing mint mark? Those are a completely different story. A handful of 1972 quarters were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, but due to a variety of factors, such as production errors or the specific way the coins were made, these coins have become incredibly valuable to collectors. Some of these 1972 No Mint Mark quarters, in mint condition, have sold for thousands of dollars. But the real showstopper is a coin that recently sold for a staggering $2.3 million. That's right, a single 1972 No Mint Mark Washington quarter, in nearly perfect condition, recently fetched a price that could buy you a house, a car, and still leave you with plenty of cash to spare. You might be wondering, how can this be? Well, it's all about rarity. The 1972 No Mint Mark Washington quarters are not just rare, they're exceptionally rare. The exact number of these coins in existence is unclear, but it's believed that only a very small number were ever minted without a mint mark. This rarity, combined with the high demand from collectors, is what makes these coins worth so much. If you're out there searching for this coin, it's important to know how to identify it. You might not come across one every day, but if you do, you'll want to make sure you don't miss it. Look at the reverse, the back of the coin. Normally, you'll see a mint mark below the eagle, but with the no mint mark variety, it's blank. It may seem obvious, but make sure to double check. The value of the 1972 no mint mark Washington quarter largely depends on its condition. Coins in mint state or near mint state will fetch the highest prices, so make sure to carefully inspect the coin for any signs of wear or damage. Aside from the missing mint mark, the 1972 no mint mark Washington quarter looks like any other quarter from that year. However, some coins might have slight variations in their strike quality or other subtle details that make them even more valuable. You might be asking yourself, why is a coin from 1972 worth so much money? After all, it's not a rare coin from the 1800s or a limited edition special release. But that's what makes this coin so fascinating. It's the combination of rarity, historical significance, and the excitement within the coin collecting community. The 1972 no mint mark Washington quarter is a perfect example of how something seemingly ordinary can become a highly sought-after collector's item. And when a coin like this hits the market, it attracts a lot of attention from serious collectors, investors, and enthusiasts. When multiple people are competing for the same rare coin, prices skyrocket. If you're interested in adding a 1972 no mint mark Washington quarter to your collection, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, check through your own coin collection or any old change you might have lying around. You never know, you could find one tucked away. However, if you're serious about finding one of these coins, it's best to look for reputable coin dealers, online auction sites like eBay, and specialized coin shows. Just remember, when buying rare coins like this, always do your research and make sure you're dealing with a trusted seller. There are plenty of counterfeit coins out there, so take your time and make sure you're getting the real deal. So, there you have it. The 1972 no mint mark Washington quarter is one of the most exciting coins in the numismatic world right now, and it's worth a whole lot more than you probably thought. With a potential value of up to $2.3 million, this coin has caught the attention of collectors and investors alike. Remember, if you ever come across one of these coins, take the time to verify its authenticity and condition, because it could be worth more than you ever imagined. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe to the channel for more coin tips, tricks, and strategies. I'll be back next time with more valuable coins and collecting secrets. If you're a coin enthusiast or someone who's just beginning to dip their toes into the world of coin collecting, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to talk about a rare find, the 2000p mint mark Virginia quarter dollar. This coin has a remarkable history, and in today's market, it's worth a lot more than you might think. Now, we've all heard about rare coins. But did you know that one of these quarters could potentially be worth up to $2.4 million? Yes, you heard that right, $2.4 million. So, in this video, I'll be breaking down everything you need to know about this specific coin, how to identify it, and what makes it so valuable. Let's dive in. The 2000 Virginia State Quarter is part of the 50 State Quarters program, which was launched by the U.S. Mint back in 1999. It was the 10th quarter in the series, and it was issued to honor the state of Virginia, which was the 10th state to join the Union. This quarter features a beautiful design that showcases the famous Jamestown settlement, marking the 400th anniversary of its founding. You'll notice that the reverse side of the coin depicts the state's colonial past, with a dramatic rendering of a sailing ship and the words, Jamestown 1607. The ship represents the first permanent English settlement in North America. The reverse also features the state's motto, Sic Semper Tyrannis, which translates to, thus always to tyrants. On the obverse side, you'll find the familiar portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, since he hailed from Virginia. Now, the value of this coin might not be obvious at first glance. After all, it looks like your typical 2000p mint mark Virginia quarter. But here's the catch. There are some extremely rare versions of this coin that can fetch a staggering price. You see, when the US Mint produces coins, they strike millions of them every year, but not every coin makes it into circulation. Some coins, whether due to minting errors or limited runs, end up being much rarer than others. And when a coin is rare, the value can skyrocket. So, let's talk about what makes the 2000p mint mark Virginia quarter so special. The P mint mark refers to the Philadelphia Mint, where the coin was struck. Now, the 2000p Virginia quarter might seem like a standard coin, but there's a very specific version that stands out, an error coin that's incredibly valuable. In 2000, during the production of the Virginia State Quarter, some coins were struck with a unique error. These coins had a very noticeable defect in the design, making them stand out from the regular quarters. These errors were caused by a flaw in the die used to mint the coins, and they resulted in some of the coins having unusual features or a double strike. These rare versions of the coin are now being hunted by collectors and have been known to fetch some jaw-dropping prices at auctions. One of the most famous sales of the 2000p Virginia quarter occurred when a rare example of the double-struck error coin was sold for $2.4 million. That's right, a quarter worth millions. So why is this coin so valuable? Well, the rarity, combined with the fact that it's in perfect condition, plays a huge role in its market value. When it comes to rare coins like these, condition is key. Coins that are well preserved, with little to no wear and tear, are known as being in mint state. The higher the grade of the coin, the higher its value. A coin that has been circulated or has noticeable damage won't fetch anywhere near as much as a coin that is in pristine condition. And in the case of the 2000p Virginia quarter, those with the double strike error and excellent condition are highly sought after by collectors and investors alike. So, how can you find one of these rare Virginia quarters? Well, it's important to keep an eye on your change and be on the lookout for these rare error coins. If you're a collector or someone just starting out, you should start looking for coins from this time period, especially those that feature the 2000p mint mark. If you happen to come across one, the first thing you should do is carefully inspect it. Look for signs of a double strike or other noticeable errors in the design. Double strikes are often the most valuable type of minting error. If you're unsure whether you have a rare version, it might be worth taking it to a professional coin grader or numismatist for an evaluation. Another thing to keep in mind is that the condition of the coin is crucial. If you have a 2000p Virginia quarter that's well preserved, it could be worth far more than its face value. So, don't just spend it without checking its condition first. To wrap things up, the 2000p mint mark Virginia quarter is more than just a typical coin you might come across in your pocket change. While most of these quarters are worth only 25 cents, the rare error coins with double strikes and other unique features can be worth a small fortune, up to $2.4 million, to be exact. If you're looking to add to your coin collection, or if you're just interested in learning more about rare and valuable coins, the 2000p Virginia quarter is definitely one to watch out for. Keep an eye on your change, stay informed, and who knows, you might just stumble upon a rare coin that could change your life. Thanks for watching today's video. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more coin collecting tips, and leave a comment below if you've ever come across a rare coin. If you're into coin collecting or just want to learn more about the world of rare coins, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into the 1989p mint mark Washington quarter dollar, a coin that holds a surprising level of intrigue and a truly shocking value in today's market. Now, when most people think about a quarter, they don't think it's worth much beyond 25 cents. But for collectors, a seemingly standard coin like the 1989 Washington quarter can be worth far more than you'd expect. Today, we're going to break down its value, what makes it special, and how you can potentially cash in if you happen to have one of these rare coins in your collection. Let's start with a bit of background. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932, honoring the first U.S. President, George Washington. The 1989 issue, with a P mint mark indicating it was produced in Philadelphia, might seem like just another coin in a long series, but that's not entirely the case. You see, there's something very unique about a select few 1989 P mint mark quarters that makes them incredibly valuable. Before we get into the specifics, it's important to understand the value of any coin isn't just about its age, it's about its rarity, condition, and the demand from collectors. For most people, a 1989 P quarter isn't worth more than face value, but that's where things get interesting. To explain why some 1989 P quarters can fetch a small fortune, we need to talk about coin grading. Coins are graded based on their condition, and this is key to determining their value. There's a range of grades from poor all the way to mint state, or MS, with MS 70 being the highest grade a coin can achieve. The better the condition, the higher the value. So what's the big deal about the 1989 P Washington quarter? Well, the real surprise comes when you find a double die error in certain examples of the coin. A double die means that during the minting process, the coin's design was struck more than once, creating a visible doubling of certain details, like the date or letters. These double die errors are incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. When a coin like this is found in good condition, its value skyrockets. In fact, certain examples of the 1989 P Washington quarter with a double die error have been known to sell for up to $2.5 million. Yes, you heard that right, $2.5 million. Now you might be thinking, how in the world do I know if my 1989 P quarter is worth that much? Let's go over some important things to look for. First, check the date. The doubling typically occurs on the 9 and 8 of the 1989 date. Look closely. If you see that the digits appear to be slightly off, or if you notice a faint shadow or second impression of the numbers, that's a good sign that it could be a double die error. Next, inspect the lettering. The word Liberty or In God We Trust might also show signs of doubling, though this is rarer. Any signs of this error can make your coin worth thousands, if not millions, in certain cases. Now, condition is key. Even if your 1989 P quarter has the error, if it's heavily worn or damaged, its value will be significantly lower. Coins in uncirculated or mint condition are the ones that can bring in the big bucks. So, if you've got a 1989 P quarter sitting in your collection, take the time to check for these error markings. If you're unsure, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded by a coin expert. Grading services like PCGS or NGC can help determine its true value, and in some cases, it might even open the door to a huge payday. But not every 1989 P quarter is going to be worth millions. In fact, most of them will still only be worth their face value unless you can find that rare double die error. But don't let that discourage you. There are plenty of other valuable coins out there that might be hiding in your collection, so make sure you keep an eye on the details. Remember, the key to making money in coin collecting is knowledge. The more you know about what to look for, the better your chances of finding a rare gem. And who knows? You might just have that 1 in a million coin sitting in your drawer right now. That's it for today's deep dive into the 1989 P Mint Mark Washington quarter. If you've got one of these coins, or even if you're just curious about other rare finds, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We'll continue to bring you the latest coin news, tips, and insights into the world of numismatics. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your coin collecting. Who knows, you could be holding a fortune in your hands. We're diving into a fascinating topic for all you coin enthusiasts out there, specifically the 1998 P Mint Mark Washington $quarter coin. You might think it's just another quarter in your collection, but there's much more to it than meets the eye. For many coin collectors, it's not always about the coins that are shiny and new, but rather the hidden gems from past years that have made a massive impact on the market. So sit back, because by the end of this video, you'll have a new appreciation for the 1998 P Washington $quarter. And who knows? It might even be worth a lot more than you think. Let's first take a step back and talk about the Washington $quarter coin. The design has remained largely unchanged since 1932, with George Washington's profile on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. Over the years, the Washington quarter has seen many different versions, state quarters, bicentennial editions, and much more. Now, the 1998 P Mint Mark Washington quarter is one of those coins that may look like just another standard quarter you'd find in your pocket change, but trust me, it has caught the attention of collectors, and for good reason. The first thing that makes the 1998 P Mint Mark Washington $quarter stand out is its rarity. The P Mint mark stands for the Philadelphia Mint, and it's important to note that it's the only mint that produced these coins in 1998. The mintage for the 1998 P Washington quarter was relatively high. Over 1 billion were produced that year. But don't let that fool you. Despite the high mintage, finding one of these quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition is a lot rarer than you'd expect. And, as we all know, rarity is a key factor in determining the value of a coin. So, while you might think it's just another quarter in the jar, keep in mind that quality and condition make a huge difference. A well-preserved 1998 P Mint Mark Washington quarter can fetch a pretty penny. You might be asking, what exactly makes the 1998 P Washington quarter special? Well, it comes down to a few important factors. First, it's all about the condition. Most of the quarters you come across will show signs of wear and tear from years of circulation. However, coins that are in near-perfect condition, known as uncirculated or mint state coins, are highly sought after by collectors. These coins have little to no signs of wear, meaning the details, including the grooves in the hair, the feathers on the eagle, and the sharpness of the mint mark, are all well-defined. Second, some of these 1998 P quarters have a unique die error that occurred during production. This means that a mistake happened while the coin was being struck, leading to subtle differences that make the coin much rarer. Some of these coins can command tens of thousands of dollars, depending on the specific error. Now, let's get to the part that you've all been waiting for. How can a 1998 P Mint Mark Washington $quarter possibly be worth $2.60 million? This is where it gets really interesting. In the world of coin collecting, there are rare occasions where a coin with a seemingly average mintage ends up becoming incredibly valuable. The 1998 P Washington quarter is one of those cases. You see, the value of a coin isn't determined solely by its mintage number. It's about its rarity, its condition, and sometimes its history. In a recent auction, an extremely rare, near-perfect 1998 P Washington quarter with an incredible die error was sold for an astounding $2.6 million. That's right, a single quarter worth more than $1 million mansion. This particular coin had been kept in pristine condition, and its die error made it a one-of-a-kind specimen, which led to a bidding war among the most dedicated collectors. So, the next time you go through your collection, or even check your pocket change, you might just have something worth far more than face value. And don't let the word quarter fool you. These coins could be worth a small fortune if you're lucky enough to find the right one in great condition. Now, you're probably wondering how you can tell if a 1998 P Mint Mark Washington quarter is valuable. Check for signs of wear. A coin in mint condition, with no scratches or discoloration, is going to be much more valuable than one that's been circulated. Look for any unusual features on the coin. Sometimes these can be subtle, like a double die or misaligned strike. If you're not sure, there are plenty of guides and online resources to help you identify these rare errors. Grading. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. A high-grade coin, especially a 1998 P, could be worth a lot more than you might think. To wrap things up, the 1998 P Mint Mark Washington $quarter coin is a prime example of how rarity and condition can elevate a coin's value from pocket change to life-changing money. Whether it's a die error, a perfect condition coin, or just the right timing in the market, this seemingly ordinary quarter has the potential to become an extraordinary treasure. So, take a closer look at your collection or your loose change. There's always a possibility you could stumble upon a coin worth more than you ever imagined. If you find something that looks like it could be a rare gem, don't hesitate to get it appraised or take it to a trusted expert. As always, keep collecting, and don't forget to subscribe for more coin tips and valuable insights. If you're passionate about rare coins and looking for valuable finds in your collection, today's episode is going to be especially exciting. We're diving into one of the most interesting and valuable quarters out there. The 2000 P Maryland quarter with a mint mark that could be worth up to a staggering $2.7 million. Yes, you heard that right. $2.7 million. Stick around to find out how this coin went from an ordinary quarter to a rarity that commands such an incredible value. And of course, we'll also talk about how you can check your collection to see if you've got one of these rare gems hiding in your pocket or jar. Let's get into it. The 2000 P Maryland quarter is part of the 50-state quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. This was an exciting program where the U.S. Mint released a quarter for each state in the Union, featuring designs representing that state's history and culture. The 2000 Maryland quarter was the 7th coin to be released in the series, and it features a beautiful design showcasing the state's iconic Chesapeake Bay and its blue crab, a symbol of Maryland's thriving seafood industry. The coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and that's where the P Mint mark comes in, indicating it was produced in Philadelphia. But as you'll soon see, there's something special about this particular quarter that makes it incredibly valuable. Here's where the story gets interesting. While the 2000 P Maryland quarter was minted in large numbers, a small batch of these coins was struck with an error, specifically a double die obverse. A double die is a type of minting error that occurs when the design is struck multiple times, slightly off-center, creating a distorted or doubled image on the coin. In this case, the error occurred during the minting process, causing the details on the obverse, the head side of the coin, particularly around the word Liberty, to appear doubled. This subtle but noticeable feature is what makes the 2000 P Maryland quarter with the double die error so highly sought after by collectors. Now, let's talk about the money. A regular 2000 P Maryland quarter in good condition is worth about its face value, just 25 cents. But when you're talking about one of these rare double die error coins, things get a whole lot more interesting. In fact, a 2000 P Maryland quarter with the double die error has been known to sell for prices in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. The most famous example of this coin was discovered in 2004, when it was found in a roll of quarters. This coin, in mint condition, eventually sold for a whopping $2.7 million in a private sale. That's right, $2.7 million. This particular sale put the 2000 P Maryland double die quarter on the map as one of the most valuable error coins in U.S. history. Now, Not every 2000p Maryland quarter with this error is going to sell for millions of dollars. The value of the coin depends heavily on the condition, the degree of the doubling, and the demand in the market. But if you happen to find one of these in excellent condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. So, how do you identify a 2000p Maryland quarter with this valuable double die error? It's actually not that hard, once you know what to look for. The most important feature to look for is the doubling on the word, Liberty, and the date, 2000. On a normal 2000p Maryland quarter, these details will be sharp and clear. But on the double die version, you'll see a slight double image, where the letters and numbers seem to be stacked on top of each other, creating a blurred effect. You can also check for the doubling around the other design elements, like the state name, Maryland, and the blue crab. The doubling might be more subtle in these areas, but if you look closely, you should be able to see some distortion in the design. The key to spotting this rare coin is patience and a good magnifying glass or loupe. If you've got a collection of state quarters, or if you've recently come across a roll of coins, it's worth inspecting each one closely. You never know. You could be holding on to a rare treasure. To wrap things up, the 2000p Maryland quarter with the double die obverse error is a prime example of how an ordinary coin can transform into something extraordinary due to a small mistake at the mint. While finding one of these coins is incredibly rare, it's still important to be vigilant and examine your quarters closely. Coin collecting is a thrilling hobby, and sometimes the rarest finds can be hiding in plain sight. If you're lucky enough to come across a 2000p Maryland quarter with a double die error, make sure to get it professionally graded and appraised. Who knows, you might just have a coin worth millions on your hands. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more rare coin stories and tips.